is Portland's point person for electric vehicles. He works closely with the mayor's office on electric vehicle initiatives. He has a background in urban planning and sustainable development. That makes him the right person for this position. James and his family moved here over 3 years ago to seek a new, more sustainable lifestyle. I'd like to introduce James.
Thank you very much. I'm actually here. We were hoping to get the mayor here, but he wasn't available today. But I wanted to send his greetings and say thank you everybody for coming and having such a great turnout here. And it is such a beautiful day to have your car out here and display it to everybody that's coming through. I want to just talk a little bit about unfortunately, since the mayor couldn't make it, he would have liked to have said this himself. He was here last year, he made a speech, and he is incredibly enthusiastic about electric vehicles and is very, very firm believer in the potential of electric vehicles and what they can do for the city. And he wants to maintain Portland's leadership in the EV front. And we heard a little bit earlier from some other speakers about how Portland is a leader and is seen as a model nationally for electric vehicle adoption and infrastructure development. I just want to talk a little bit about what my organization and the city have been doing in terms of electric vehicles. First, in my hat as the point person for the city on electric vehicles, we formed a group within the city that works across all bureaus and is identifying ways that we can smooth the road for electric vehicles. We're looking at what parking regulations might come into play, permitting regulations, and what fleet vehicles we can replace with electric vehicles. We're really looking at every way we can to make it, to integrate electric vehicles into the everyday use in the city. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to be going to City Council with a policy document that talks about our strategy for moving forward and harnessing electric vehicles and making sure that we're making as smooth a way as possible for them. The city's also been working closely with our utility partners, EV manufacturers, both local and international. Ecotality, who's going to be putting in a lot of the infrastructure in the coming months, as well as local companies that actually build charging stations. And we're looking to make sure that the infrastructure and charging station network is there for everyone, so that if they need to charge their vehicle, they can. And that's going to be very important to make sure that there's broader adoption of electric vehicles. I know a lot of people here are diehard EV folks, and they probably charge at home or find ways to jerry-rig plugs to get the juice out of them. But hopefully we'll have a network that everybody can just plug in easily and move on. Third, I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing at Portland Development Commission, and in furtherance of the city's economic development strategy that was adopted last year. What we've been doing is working with businesses in the electric vehicle industry, local to Portland and around the state. And what we've done is we've brought the companies together and try to work out partnerships with them and get them to talk and form partnerships amongst themselves and grow the cluster of businesses that's already here. And I'm happy to say that that the group that's been meeting over the course of the last year, which has actually just recently been renamed Drive Oregon, is here and is really showing their strength in terms of everybody in the industry coming together to try to build homegrown businesses and create homegrown jobs around the electric vehicle industry. And that's really the key piece around electric vehicles is not just having them on the road, but having on the road and having jobs being created from them. And actually that leads off nicely to the next speaker. We've been bringing a lot of these companies together at roundtables on a regular basis, and the group has been very successful in forging its mission and moving forward to try to support the industry. And we're very happy to see a lot of representation here today by companies that have been engaged in that process. And OptConnect, Optimization Technologies, is one of them. And we really appreciate all the efforts that the folks have been volunteering for to help bring and grow the industry within Portland and Oregon. And that, I'll hand it back to.
Thank you.
There you go, James.
Well done, James. Let's hear it for James. Thank you.